Hello, idiot of the day. Jeff here. Commit, don't quit. Let's get this party started. Anyways, it's a little different today. I'm just trying to change things up. Every time I try something new, hopefully it works out. But yeah, I'm just trying something new. That's all it is. Anyways, it's good to have people here, and that. Thank you very much for coming. I do appreciate it. I know it's Friday. I ran that. I was just doing things in the background, but I'm testing things. I've got a start screen, the actual live show. I've got to be right back. So if I have to run to the washroom, and then I have the end screen. So just things I'm testing today. But I hope the music actually did work. I don't know. It's YouTube music, so I thought let's try it anyways. Hopefully it did work. Let me just double check. There we are. Joseph Erickson, I realize you're probably gone, but Joseph, thank you so much for coming in. I realize you were there at the beginning. Martin Chikowski, how are you? It's good to see you. Dave, how are you? I can see the kitchen. Dave, yes. Dave, I've switched things up for today. I've figured a few things out. I spent the whole morning messing around with this Stream Elements, and I definitely couldn't... I couldn't get it to work before, and I think I know why. I created an scene, and I kept putting all of the transitions into that same scene. Once I created each scene for each time, I have 4 scenes. Once I created each one, and then I put the actual video capture, the webcam into everything, it worked out. And I'm just, like I said, testing. If more people come in, they still don't like this, we can actually put the Be Right Back screen on, and I can put bring us back to London, England. So anyways, that's what it is. And I did see last night that you sent me Desmond Donders, Dave. I did see the message on Twitter, and I read it. Now, I didn't notice till this morning when I tried to mess around with the speakers. I thought, they were USB 2, but they're not. They go into the component or whatever on the back of the computer. So I've unplugged. Actually, no, I didn't unplug them because I had to use them for the music. I didn't unplug them. You said don't worry about them, so I left them. Now your average Jojo. Hi, Joe. Yeah, I guess you missed it, sweetheart. I played music and everything. I had a start screen with music for about 10 minutes. But anyways, the Preacher and Gov, Blue Whale. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. But Dave, Desmond's Donders, what I did was I looked on the back of the computer, and there's a bunch of USB ports. There's like 6 and then 2 in the front. And I noticed where I had it plugged in before, there's 2 blue USB ports at the very bottom where they'd been plugged in previously. That's for 3.0 USB, it says. Only those 2 are for 3.0 USB. Now, those are the ones I've had where it literally knocks out. So I've switched it up to the top. It doesn't say 2.0 or whatever, it just has the USB symbol, so I plugged it in there, see if it helps. So hopefully it does. Let's see here. Not your average Jojo. I reminded back a bit and saw it. Oh, okay, good. Joe, now can I ask, did the music actually work? I have no idea. I played it through the speakers. I watched Green Bay Wacky's video on OBS this morning. That's why I figured things out. Well, I didn't figure it out myself. Literally, when he showed me the video capture, adding it to the one scene, not everything, that's what worked for me. So that's why I did it this way. And literally, I can transition from scene to scene now. Watch what happens. If I go, there's the talk scene. I can literally go, be right back to an end scene. Stream ended. So anyways, there we are. We're back into the talk scene. So that's that. So if I, for any reason, have to go to the washroom, I'll put the Be Right Back on, and that's what it is. But thanks for coming on a Friday. Appreciate it. I know there's only a couple people here, but trying my best today. We'll see how this works and that. But we'll see how this works. So are you, Dave, Desmond's Donders? Are you? I realize Desmond is still in the shop or needing repair. Are you going out with the wife? Are you going out for dawn, or even not with the camper? But are you going out with? Are you going out at all this weekend, my friend? Let's see. Oh, okay, good. Joe says, it did work. I could hear the music. Was it okay, or did it sound distorted? Desmond's Daughters, they will be USB 2 or 1.1. Yes, we had the music in the intro. Okay, good. But what ended a year ago, Jeff? What? Hello, Dave? Did I say something about ending a year ago? Sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm not sure. I see you put what ended a year ago, Jeff. Did I put that somewhere? If I did, I'm sorry. Desmond's Daughters, Dave says, we may go on Sunday to visit a castle. That'll be exciting. That will be exciting. So, I think it's next weekend here in Canada. They have, they used to have another holiday years ago, but they canceled that holiday, and they made this, it's a made-up holiday as far as I'm concerned. They call it Family Day in February. It's the second or third week of February every year. So we get the Monday off. So not this weekend, but next weekend, the following Monday, it's a 3-day weekend. So I think we're going to something called a sugar bush. It's like a maple sugar bush. They you go out to the country and they serve you pancakes and bacon and eggs and all the fixings and stuff. Then you go out on these Clydesdale horses and they go around the farm and they show you how maple syrup's made and stuff. We go every year with the kids. We have a good time. So we're hopefully going to that next weekend just because it's the long weekend. And Renee D. Guitar Suite. Hi, how are you, Renee? It's good to see you. Thanks very much for coming. What? Oh, I see. Desmond's Daughters under the screen. There's 0000 with ended a year ago underneath it. Dave, I see. What it is this is Stream Elements. It's the program. I didn't make this. Literally underneath that, it's got, you can see everything on the green screen. It shows like up at the top. You could put your Facebook name, your Twitter, which I have, your YouTube, Discord, Steam, all these other things. So they have ways you put everything up at the top, and then I guess at the bottom. I haven't figured everything out with this yet, but anyways, that's other things. If you're adding a lot of different features, I haven't added anything, Dave, but it's something that comes. I didn't put that up. It's nothing for anybody to worry about. It's literally imprinted on the overlay. That's all it is. So you can just not worry about that. It's literally just something that it says 0 anyways. It's nothing. It's literally Stream Elements. They've put everything on the overlay. Now the overlays you can do two. You can do a static, which I did, and then you can do an animated overlay, which I didn't do because the animated one gives you everything in the background's moving, so all the green little specks are moving forward, but this computer can't handle it. It's way too much power. It uses too much CPU, so I didn't add that. I just used this one. So I can transition, go between screen to screen. I just don't have everything moving, but I'm okay with that. It's good to have it here. And like I said, I know it's Friday, so thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. For this time, I did what do you call it? Tweet it out for the first time in a long time, but like I said, it's Friday, so I imagine it'll be it could be quiet today, but that's fine. It's like I said, it's Friday. So what's everybody else have up this weekend? Anything exciting going on? Hopefully everybody can hear me in that. Oh yeah, no worries, Dave. No worries, laugh a lot. I get it. I cannot stay as long. Lindsay's home and making supper. Oh, Dave, no worry. You know, if you gotta drop out now, no worries. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare anybody away with this. This is just I'm trying to update the live. That's all. I'm trying to update the show. You know, I didn't think it looked bad. I still don't think it looks bad the other way. And I'll probably go back and forth. I'll do this some days and the other with the screen in the background. But I'm still going to use that. And even if I put the be right back, I can get that image back up in about 2-3 minutes. So I could say, I'm going be right back for a second, then come back and it'll be there. I can literally bring it onto the screen now. Let's see here. If I do that, there we are. We're back on the other screen that we usually have, except without London or Bora Bora. We could definitely do that, but now, how do you like that? Does this look better? If I'm using Stream Elements now, do you like the other way where it has the green, like the image of whatever from Stream Elements, or do you like this still? I'm still going to try the start to be right back in the end with the other ones, but do you like this one better, or do you like this one? I mean, it's up to you, whatever you have to say. Like I said, this is just because this is one of the overlays. I have 4 overlays. There's 5 that come with each program, but this is the one I chose, and this is what comes with it. So I set this one up, but I can either use this one with all these overlays, or I can use this one. Anyways, just let me know what you think. If you like this one or the previous one better. Like, I will use the other one once in a while, but I like this one too. Let's see here. Oh, Desmond Donders Dave says, not now, but in 30 minutes. Okay. Wow. Okay, you like both. Okay. Like I said, you can see now I can use OBS and transition between things. Now, previously, the reason I never used this, I made one scene, and I put all of those overlays into the one scene, and then I put the video capture in there too, but it was too much. It bogged it down. It would just lock up. So what I did is I made 4 more. I've got 5 scenes. I've got this one and 4 other ones, and when I make the other scenes, each one has things in it, and then the talk scene where you actually see me like this with all the green in the background, when I use that, I add a video capture, and like I said, I'm going to say, if it hadn't been for Green Bay Wacky's tutorial on quick OBS tutorial today, I wouldn't have figured it out. I figured the other stuff out from Fireman's CV, but I didn't know the video capture portion you add to your scene like this. Once that happens, this works like a charm. Now you're average Jojo. Okay, I'm back. Had to step out, do some work. Desmond Donders Dave says, work on Friday. Yes, Jojo's working on a Friday. It's quite quiet for a Friday, but that's okay. No worries. Like I said, some days are going to be better than others, and you know what? It is a weekend. People have things to do. But I appreciate you coming. I really do. You know, I hopefully did not scare everybody off. That's what I'm afraid of. I put this on. I let it run for 10 minutes before I started the stream at 2. I usually go on at 2, and I started it, and just the start screen, I played music. It's YouTube music, so I know I'm okay. I never play music, as everybody can see. I never do music ever because I'm so afraid that I'll get a copyright strike from it. But since it's from the YouTube library, it's not possible. Well, I guess anything's possible, but they put it out there, so that's why I used it. Yes, Joe says, working on a Friday, yes. Dave Desmond Donder says, excellent, I am working on a live setup. It may take me some time to get a camera. Dave, I can't wait. I cannot wait. That'll be amazing. It'll be fun, Dave. And, you know, once it gets set up, let us know, because I can't wait. That'll be amazing, my friend. That'll be amazing. You should do it, Dave. Get it set up and do it. I literally, I was about a month and a half in doing this, Dave, and I'd only been watching lives for about 2 or 3 weeks, and, you know, as a couple of people said, I thought, I just started this. I don't know anything about doing this. Literally, I went on one day. I was going to take the dog for a walk. I thought, I'll go live. I went live, and I've been going ever since, but the first couple, I'll admit, I was nervous. Literally, the first 2, I counted the minutes down. The first one was 27 minutes, and I watched the clock go like this, and I thought, is this over yet? Second one, I went up to almost 50 minutes or an hour, and then from there, I just kept going, and it took about a week or 2, and then it got a little easier, just like anything, but once you do it a few times, it's just like clockwork. But what do you have to say, Joe? It's such a long day here. I imagine. Don't forget to hit the like button. Well, there's only Joe. There's a couple of us, so that's okay. But thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Let's see here what we have. There we go. So let's see. Let me just take a sip. I've got some magic coffee here. I don't think. I think. Steve said that he wasn't coming today. I think he had stuff to do for the weekend. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't coming today. But I'll admit, I didn't get to a lot of videos this morning. Usually I'm able to watch some videos and comment. I saw a couple, but I'm going to admit I didn't spend the morning like I usually. Usually I take Joe to work and then I spend the next 3 hours watching videos. I spent the 3 hours working on this. It took a long time. I had to watch. Not I had to. I watched Green Bay Wackies, and it was brilliant. Fireman's CV and Green Bay Wacky. If you're going to do OBS, anybody, go check them out. Fireman's CV will get you set up. Green Bay Wacky will explain the other options where if you're needing a certain setting for the capture, if you go into his setting, between the two of them, they'll knock it out of the water in that, because it seems pretty self-explanatory when you use it, and it is to a point, but I tried my best, and I tried over and over. I tried Streamlabs, didn't work. Tried Stream Elements, didn't work. After watching Green Bay Wacky this morning, I tried it again. I thought, I'm going to try this one last time. When I did exactly what he said. I tried that option, and boom. I was like, oh my gosh, that's all it was. But you know what? You could go around and around in a circle. I never would have figured it out. Let's see here. Jojo says, I was wondering if you ever go live, Dave. Yes, that's awesome, Joe. Can't wait for Dave to go live. Desmond's Donders. Lindsay finishes 2 hours early on Friday, so it's a short day for her. Oh, that's good, Dave. You know what? I bet you that's better. It's, you know what? When Joe's off early, I was telling her today, maybe you're not feeling well. She was having no part of it. But you know what? When you're home, anything to have your wife home with you. And you know what? She wasn't doing the old, like I told her to do. But she said it was so quiet there today. So, but I guess, you know, it happens. Let's see here. Dave Desmond's Donder says, well, if I had a handbrake cable, I would not be here. No, Dave, I imagine you're itching to get out, aren't you? I imagine it's been a couple weekends now. So I said to Joe, I said, Dave must be just willing to, if he gets a hold of something, be able to get this put together himself and get out of there. But Jojo says, also I've been thinking since yesterday on what we will do for Desmond's Donder's challenge. Ah, okay. Yes, Dave, finally we are going to do it. It's going to be this weekend at some point, but I'll promise we'll be either by Sunday or Monday. You'll have our video on that, my friend. We will have that done by the end of the weekend for sure. Oh, good. You're looking forward to it. Thanks, Dave. But Steve, hey, look, want to hear something, Steve? The audio is working. Everybody, I'm not going out here. I just want to show Steve what I did, okay? So please don't take off anybody. I know it's just a couple of us here, but I want to show Steve, okay? Steve, I want you to see this. Steve, if you can give me 2 seconds. Listen to this, Steve. I'll be there. There we are. Anyways, I just wanted Steve to see that. Steve, I've been working all morning to get that to work. So when I did see it, I know Desmond's Donders and Joe and Joseph Erickson and one or two others did see it, but I wanted you to see it because I'm kind of happy about it. That it took me a bit, but I was happy to get it done. So I used Stream Elements. I went to Green Bay Wacky's stream, Steve, this morning, watched it, and he showed me what I've been doing all the time is I've been setting up one scene and putting all the different transition scenes in there, and that's why I bogged down. Once I watched his, I actually did individual scenes when I did that and add the video capture to something like this. Then it worked. It opened everything up, but before that, I couldn't figure it out. Oh, gosh. It's nice to see you, Steve. Thanks for coming. Yes, Joe says it's nice to have 2 hours off early. Yes, it is. Steve! Hey, it's all our friends, Joe. Oh, gosh. Yes, it's a quieter one today, and I realize you might have to drop out as well, Steve, because of the kids, but thanks for coming. Bad back is a good for a day off. Yes, Dave, it certainly is. Dave says he's having cabin fever. I thought you might be. I thought you might be. A few kids were kids at school, so I'm here. Ah, okay, Steve, I understand. Steve, yes, it's working. Yes. Now, Steve, I can transition. What I like is I can go from that to back to this. So I'm able to mess around with everything, which I've been doing. And I'm here. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Bring back the elevator. Oh, you want the elevator music, do you? Okay, give me a second. I'll put that back on. Let's see if I can get that to work again. Let's see if I can get that to work. Let's see. How's that? You want some music while we talk? How's that sound? Maybe I can, how's that? You want the music on while we're live? How's that sound? Is that better? Only thing is, when I go, say, be right back, and I got this music, everybody's going to be like, that's all you've been playing the whole time anyways. But, anyways, I'll probably turn the music off. I'll just play that at the beginning, and then if I have to go out for a second. But, anyways, there we are. So, that's, sorry everybody, it takes me a second just to move between the scenes. But anyways, it's working. Steve, no, you did the day well. You're a super professional. Congratulations. I can't do that. Well, Steve, you could, but literally, I only did it because Green Bay Wacky shows in his latest video. It's it's like 18 or 19 minutes, but I could skip between all the stuff I've done before, and I just went to the one scene. I watched it, but once I got to the one scene, it was like, boom, there's exactly what I've been missing all this time, and it works at least, thank goodness. But, where's Bora Bora? Well, do you want to see Bora Bora? I can pause this, go be right back, and you can see Bora Bora again. How's that sound? Do you want that? We can do that if you want. Give me a second. Oh, Dave says, well, I do explain it in all the videos. Okay, everybody, I'm going to play music. Well, I'm going to put the Be Right Back song on now. Ah, the registration plate. Okay. Hey, Pack Mule. Hey, guys. It's one step at a time. John, AU Pack Mule, I'm going to be right back. They're requesting, I think, Bora Bora or London or something. So I'm going to put that scene back in. So I'm going to be back. I'm going to put a screen on that says Be Right Back. Give me a couple minutes. While I'm doing that, everybody can talk or whatever. And I'm going to play some music while we do that. So I'm not going anywhere. I will be right back. Just give me a second. There we go. We're in sunny old London, England. So I'm sorry it took me so long, but doing this scenes takes a little bit. So Anyways, I won't switch between this scene and the other scene, because if I do now, my wife will have a fit, and I'm just teasing. I better not. Jeff is crash bang. Jeff is down. Yes. Oh gosh. Oh, MOD also refers back to my Air Force days, so it all works. Ah, okay, Dave. I understand. Joe, you're funny. I know, Steve. I don't. That part I haven't figured out. I haven't figured out how to turn the sound in the background down. If maybe you could help me with that, Steve. Maybe I'll send you a message sometime. All I can do is I literally put Windows Media on and I play the music. I have not figured the option of and I just loop it. But I haven't figured the option of how to turn the background noise so you can hear me doing all the funny stuff to get London, England back. G Money Strong Outdoors. I'd say hi, Jeff, but he isn't here. G Money Strong, I'm here. I apologize. I was doing transitioning between screens and that, but as you can see, I'm working on things. I've got things worked out in one way, but I haven't figured out. By the way, you can also turn the mic off while being away. Do you think that'll work, Steve? So if I turn the mic off, you wouldn't hear anything. Is that correct? Give me a second. You know what? I won't do it now, but I'll do that next time. So I'll turn the mic off, and just the only thing is, if I turn the mic off, will you still hear the music? That's the only thing. I wonder if you'll still hear the music. Yeah, Desmond Donders, he's back in London. I was back in London. Dave, the only reason I didn't bring Bora Bora, we're in Bora Bora yesterday, so I won't keep the stream up 2 days in a row for the same place. It takes me a little bit of work, and have to get a ladder and have to do a few things to get all the things up and running. It doesn't take long, but it takes me a matter of running around here. That's all. Now that I've got the stream elements, maybe there's a way to do other background images. I'll work on that, but for now I'm liking this, but we'll work on it. Yes, London, Steve, back in London. Sorry it took me so long. Joe says, sorry, Dave, no Bora Bora for you. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Hello from Redding, California. James Wolski. How are you, James? It's nice to have you here. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Yes, music does not come via mic. Okay, so Desmond Donders, if I turn the mic off so you won't hear me moving, the music will be gone. Is that correct? I just want to make sure. Oh, Emil Packmule says, yes, you will hear the music. The volume on the music is on the media player. Oh, so it'll still play, John. You will just not hear me walking around and doing all the goofy stuff. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is I'm happy with myself for getting this to work. But all the little tiny things, give me a second. Tell me if this works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the mic off. I'll turn the mic off, and when I mute the mic, let me know if you can hear me or if you can just hear the music, okay? I'm going to... Hey, Fitz, how you doing? Fitz at Bakes. What's up? It's good to see you. I'm testing things. Fitz, I've put stream elements in. Now I can transition between scenes. AUPAC Mule, everybody. Dave, Fitz, Steve, Joe, James. Could you let me know... I'm going to play the music, but I'm going to mute the mic for about 30 seconds. Let me know if the music comes through, okay? Once I see if it's what you say, I'll put the mic back on, okay? Thanks again. I'll just mute myself right now. So, I just want to know, you didn't hear me, but you heard the music that time. Is that right? Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Like I said, there's a lot better people here that are more capable at this, but I'm trying. I'm watching the tutorials, and I'm going step by step. Every time I do something, I learn a little bit more, so I'm trying. But as you can see, we're in London. Then we have Bora Bora next time I'm on. But... now that I figured to do transitioning scenes, I can go from one scene. Where are we here? We've got this screen. I can do the start screen. I can do the be right back screen. And I can do the ends. I better get that off in case somebody comes in and think we're closed out. But I can go between scenes, and I can even go back to the other where you see me. But if I do that, then you're going to see everything else in the room too. So I will. I'll just leave it on this. This kind of, I think this looks better. Everything else I'll still use, but I think I might use this still. Okay, Abe Pacmill, music is on. Okay, so you didn't hear me, but you heard the music. I guess that's what I'm taking at Abe Pacmill and Desmond. Oh, happy Friday. Yes, Fitz. You know me, I'm always testing something goofy, but I couldn't get it to work before, Fitz, but now I've got it so I can transition between scenes. So I can put this on for 10 minutes while I'm started now, and I can, before I start, so instead of 150, I can play the starting in 10 minutes, and I guess the timer just automatically goes when you start, which is good, because I was trying to figure that out. I thought, how do I set the timer in this? But you don't have to. It just starts off at 10 minutes, so which is nice. It is nice. But as long as the music played and you didn't hear me, I'm happy about that. But I didn't realize I could mute myself like that. I thought if I did that, it was closing everything out too. But like I said, everything's a testing, even for a Friday. But so how's everybody else's day doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to yell into the mic there. Willie Parker, 65 here in North Carolina. That's awesome, Willie. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. I appreciate it. But anyways, we got everything muted now, and hopefully you can hear me. I don't want to jinx everything, Dave. I'm not going to say anything because you know what happens when I say something, everything goes out the window. But finally, I got an email back from Blue, the company that makes the mic, and they didn't want to help me. They said, can't help you. I said, what? What they said was, you need proof of purchase. I thought, I didn't buy it. My brother did. So I talked to him last night, and finally he was able to pull up the receipt somewhere. I guess he bought it off Amazon. So he sent it to me, says, if you figure this is still an issue with the mic, upload the receipt to Blue and see if they'll send you a new one, because, I mean, it's only, 6 weeks old or so. Oh, yeah, Dave, no worries. You stayed longer than I was expecting. I loved having you here, but, you know what? Thanks a lot, Dave. Anyways, you and Lindsay have a good weekend, Dave. Thanks again for coming, okay? Appreciate it. You know me, I'm always trying to change things up a little bit, but thanks, Dave. You have a good weekend, my friend. Steve, I'll be right back. Yeah, no worries, Steve. No worries. Take care, Dave, Desmond Snoders. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Fitz, I know you're probably at work or whatever, and you're busy in that, but I appreciate you dropping in. I appreciate it. Willie, Fitz, everybody, John, anybody have anything exciting going on this weekend? We have, I guess, our mobile providers, Virgin Mobile, I guess, and Joe says, oh, guess what? We got an email. Virgin sent us, they have everybody, you know, the mobile companies, all the different companies have like perks or something. They send you stuff every once in a while. She says, guess what? We got, they sent us two movie tickets. I said, oh, that's awesome. Maybe we can go on the weekend. She says, I don't know. She says more than likely the tickets aren't good till only Sunday to Friday or something, or Sunday to Thursday. Yes, Dave, that's right. Could be heading off to the castle. That's awesome. Oh, gosh. It's been a busy one today. Maybe it's a little quieter here today, but still good. Real good. Just having some coffee. Anybody have anything exciting going on this weekend with their families or going on themselves? I don't know what we're doing this weekend. I know next weekend here in Canada it's a long weekend, so in February, the second, third week of February every year, they call it Family Day. So the Monday's a holiday. So we're gonna go to like something called the Sugar Bush. It's like a maple sugar farm. They produce maple sugar from the trees. So then you go and have pancakes, all that, bacon and eggs and all that stuff. And they give you the real maple syrup. Then they take you out for a tour on the Clydesdale horses, and they go around the farm and they show you how it's made. So the kids always love going every year. Fitz the Bake says last weekend of deer. Oh wow, Fitz! So you're gonna be busy. Last weekend of deer season here, so I'll probably sit and watch squirrels chase each other for a few hours. Oh my gosh! I remember back in the '90s, I'd never been hunt. Well, I guess in the late '80s, I went hunting with some buddies in high school, but I was, yeah, we went. I worked for a construction company, a paving company that paved highways and roads and stuff. I worked in the lab there back then, and back then, the first year I started in the early '90s, I was only a seasonal worker, so I worked for 6 months and then I was off for 6 months. I did that for a year and then I got hired on full time back then. But anyways, needless to say, back then in the fall when you know, at that time it was hunting season and stuff, they would at least here in Canada, hunting seasons in the fall, around the end of September, beginning of October. So anyways, I'd go hunting with these fellas, and literally I remember they go hunting, or yeah, they went hunting and they were shooting ducks. That's pretty much what it was. And we're sitting in a lagoon, just sitting there, and I thought, what are we doing? They loved it. I was sick as a dog for a week after, but I remember we sat for like 6 or 8 hours, and anyways, those fellas, I just remember they loved it. Hey, Packnell, John says, Jeff, are you in Sault Ste. Marie? No, John, I'm in London, Ontario. Sue's what? Joe, how far is Sue from here? About 8 hours. We're about 2 hours from Detroit, an hour and a half to 2 hours to Toronto, and about an hour and a half from Niagara Falls. So we're in the Great Lakes area, John. Michigan's really close to us. We have 2 different entries of Michigan around here. If we want to go to Detroit, Michigan, it's 2 hours. But if we want to go to a place called Port Huron, Michigan, it's about an hour. It's just a different route, and you get into Michigan in an hour, so it's pretty close. But Sioux's quite a distance. It's about 8 hours from us. Have you been to the Sioux before, Packnell? John, have you? Willie Parker says, drop the big leg, drop on the like button. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it. Yes, I realize it is quieter, everybody, but thanks for coming. I really do appreciate it. I know it's Friday, so I appreciate it. Usually Fridays we have, well, Joe, what did Joe say? I think Joe may be here, she may not, I don't know. But her boss gave them an option. They said, oh, you girls can take VTO. It just means voluntary time off. Usually VTO means that they can go home early, but it's paid time. The work said you can go, so they still get paid. But then she finds out VTO, that what they're wanting VTO is, since it's quiet today, they said, yeah, you can take time off, but you'd have to use your vacation. They're like, forget that. We're not using our vacation. I'm telling you trade secrets, Joe. Gotcha. Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, about 8 hours, John. You know what, to be truthful, I've never been to Sioux. I know a lot of people from up there, but I've never been myself. Fitzbake says, I'm going to get back to work. You all have a great weekend. My cousin, by marriage, was the mayor of Marysville, which is right by Port Huron. Fitz, yes, I know that. Anyways, Fitz, you have a good weekend. And you know what? I realize you know what? You have a good weekend. Have fun this weekend, okay? But thanks again, buddy, for coming, and have a good weekend. We'll see you probably next week at some point. Thanks again, Fitz. You packed me. I have a friend on YouTube from there. Yes, so do I. What's her name? Whiskey. Is it Whiskey Woman 5? I think is from. I don't know if you know her. Whiskey Woman 5, I think, is from the Sioux. I know that for sure. It's Whiskey Woman 5, right, Joe? She used to come into the stream a long time ago. But I see her. If you know WTF Mike Albright, he's got his own channel, and when Mike Albright goes live, he's got real popular recently. Mike has been a moderator. He's a moderator on here when he's in here, and on Recycle Dude, and on Gill Skills and stuff, and on quite a few of the channels he's a moderator in that. But anyways, he's got his own channel now, and I think he's had it for a bit, but he's moving it up, and he does a hilarious show. Is it Sunday night, Joe, or Thursday nights? I forget. But they get on, and they have a one called the Round Table, where I think there's like 3 or 4 women and 3 or 4 men, and they talk back and forth. It's an adult chat. Oh my gosh. You have to be 18 or older to go into the chat, but if you want humor, this guy is like, he's the of being moderators. It's hilarious when this guy gets going. He's absolutely hilarious. Not your average JoJo. Yes, I believe that's who it is. Yes, I thought so, Joe. I think Whiskey Woman 5. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. But I think her and her husband live up there. Nature Nerd Outdoors. Hey, buddy, how are you? It's good to see you. You can still see the stream like this, but Nature Nerd Outdoors, I'm using Stream Elements now. Have a good weekend, Fitch. Yes. Nature Nerd Outdoors, I've switched... where are we here? You can see the start screen, be right back screen, the end screen. So I've made a few different changes today, Nature Nerd Outdoors. I've added stream elements, and I can transition now between scenes. I can play music and all that. So yeah, just trying to change up the channel a little bit, that's all. Willie Parker says, I'll be watching college basketball tomorrow. That should be fun, Willie. Should have a good time, I hope. Excuse me, let me just take a sip. Sorry it's a quieter show, everybody. It's Friday. I said to Joe, sometimes Thursdays and Fridays are a little quieter. People have got things to do, and they're busy and stuff. So I really appreciate it. But you know what? If anybody has to go, no worry. I do appreciate you coming. But I try my best, even if we have. I said to my wife the other day, I think I was on for about 4 or 5 minutes, and we didn't have anybody on. And I said to my wife, the one thing I always learned when I first started this was, even if there's one person or there's nobody here, doesn't matter. Don't just sit there. If you're going live, make sure you sit and talk. Say something. It's not that you're saying a lot of things, but say something, because you know what? That one person, that it could be their first time ever coming to your live stream, and if you're just sitting there like I don't want to say like a bump on the log, but if you're just sitting there, they're probably going to go, yeah, okay, I'm not interested in coming back here. Or maybe I should just say to everybody, he just sits there. So I try my best, but sometimes, it does get to a point you're like, what else do you talk about? But it's great to have you here. I really appreciate you for dropping in. Let me check this here. But has it really been that long? It has. So, let's see. So, Joe, what else is going on? I need your input, Joe. If you are there, just drop me a message. Let me know how everything else is. Willie, how everything else is for you. Willie, Nature Nerd, John, AU Pack Mule, what's the weather like where you are today? It's this morning I thought, oh, it's warm, I'll put a t-shirt on. I went outside, it was darn cold. I don't know the exact temperature, but it was chilly. Let me see here. I think it's it was -5, now it's -7, so it's actually chilly out. It's not warm at all. Not warm at all. There we are. Okay. There we are. Willie Parker says, how does a guy from North Carolina get a blue wrench? Let's see here. That's how, Willie. That's how exactly. Oh, not your average JoJo says, it appears it was quiet on everyone's streams today. Was it, Joe? Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's Friday, right? People have a lot things to do, and I'm not complaining, everybody. Please don't take it that way. Let's put it this way: if one person was here, I'm fine with it. Let's put it this way: one person even came, it means that they took a few minutes out of the day to come. So everybody that's come, I really appreciate it. And let's put it this way: I understand why people are not here and that. It's Friday and they've got other things to do, but that part I understand. So Willie, you should see next time you type something, a change in the stream for yourself, my friend. Let's see, just gonna take another sip here. Let's see. So Joe, how do you know, you said it appears it was quiet on everybody's streams today. How do you know it was quiet, sweetheart, on everybody's stream? Did you look through to see how everybody was doing today? I just can't right now while I'm live. Fish Keep in Jamaica, Raleigh, how are you? Hey guys, how are you? Good. Raleigh, look at, you can still see the same screen. I've switched things up. When I switch things, Raleigh, I'm not leaving. I just want to show you what I've done today. So I'm going to do a few things. Like I said, I'm just going to show you some of the screens that have changed. I'm trying to change things up for the channel, my friend. So I've added a few things, so you can see this in a second. Just making a quick pop in. Oh, no worries. I want to show you here. There's that. The starting screen, the be right back screen, the end screen. So anyways, and I've even added, let me show you here quickly. Quick, I know you might be taking off. Let's see. Here we are. Okay, no, Fish Keeping Jamaica, I just want to show you. I added a few screens, so from now on when I start, if I have this going before I get in here, if I turn it on 10 minutes before I start, I can have a starting soon screen. It does a countdown for 10 minutes. It'll play music that loops for 10 minutes. And then if I, for some reason, you know, sometimes I have to go up to the washroom because everybody has to make pit stops sometimes. And if I want to go to the washroom quickly, I can just do that. Be right back. I'll play the music and let everybody talk or whatever. And be right back in a couple minutes. And then when it ends, I can hit the end screen for a few minutes while I do other things here for a couple minutes. But just to try to change things up. Hey, W, look it. We spoke of him, and there he is. Jeff, you're back in London according to the backdrop. Yes, I'm back in the backdrop of London. WTF, Mike Albright, not your average JoJo. Hey, Mike, I want to show you the updates to the channel. You should get a kick out of this one. So you see we're in London. Let's see. Mike, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. I just want to show you what I've done. Just be 2 seconds. Anyways, there's that. And what else? We have Be Right Back and an end scene. Anyways, that's that. I've been messing around with it today, Mike, and able to do a few things. I couldn't do it before. I couldn't figure it out. But I watched Green Bay Wacky this morning, and after watching him, finally figured it out. But it took me a long time because I thought the computer was bogged down. But once I watched his, it wasn't that it was bogged down. I had everything in one scene, and once I moved it out of the one scene into its own scenes, works like a charm. Yes, that is cold for Willie, isn't it? It is cold, cold, cold for him. Let's see here. It'll be 40s tonight. I imagine that will be cold for you, Willie. Nice. Yes, Fish Keeping Jamaica. I try to switch it up all the time. That's all it is. Yes, Willie. You're now in the Blue Gang. I am Canadian. Laugh out loud. Yes, Willie. You're now an honorary Canadian. That's funny. Fish Keeping Jamaica. Whoa, I should be into this tech stuff. Just that I don't have the time to explore. I have a really tough week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Honestly, I'm just messing around with it. Fish Keeping Jamaica. I'm just always trying things with it. That's all. It's not that it's honestly it's not super difficult if you had a few minutes to watch one of the tutorials. It is easy to do. It's just a matter of watching it. That's all. Mike Albright, WTF Mike Albright. Ooh, a countdown to the most epic couple on YouTube. Mike, I love it. Mike, honestly, I'm just trying to change things up. That's all. You know, you can always look at the kitchen, but to get rid of it, we put this in, and now that I figured out, now that I can use Stream Elements, maybe I can even put other backgrounds in the background. Maybe I can do that now. We'll have to see. Mike, you're too funny. Yes, Joe. Exactly. Hey, Mike, quick question. Do you still have tons of snow your way? It's -7 here. It's not that cold today, but most of the snow is melted. Just kind of some ice on the ground. But actually pretty quiet here. We're going to a sugar bush. I don't know if they'd have sugar bushes out your way, but next weekend we're taking the kids to a sugar bush. It's like a farm out in the country, and they have maple sugar. They have the trees. They tap all the trees, and then you go for breakfast and stuff. Have pancakes, bacon and eggs, all that kind of stuff, and then they take you out on the horses and go around the farm and show all the kids how they make maple sugar and stuff like that. They tap the trees. It's kind of just a afternoon out or something. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Mike, your show the last night, you and Shannon, well, everybody was good, but you and Shannon have a great show, Mike. You really do. Joe loves it. So do I. We can sit there on the couch, and what'll happen is we get our phones out because we'll be watching TV, and Joe says, turn the TV down. We sit and watch, and one of us will, we'll both watch at the same time, but just so that we don't get the echo, one of us will play the sound, and it goes through the living room, and she says, that's perfect. Now we're not echoing. But yeah, you were doing a good show. You had a good show last night, my friend. So, yeah, it's been a quieter one today. It has. Joe, how do you know it was a quieter one today? Sorry about yelling into the mic, everybody. How do you know it was a quieter day out there in the tube? Joe may answer. She may not. I don't know. It's Friday. It's a good day around here. Get my daughter. Well, I don't get my daughter. I have my daughter. I love when I have the whole family together. So on Friday nights, my daughter comes for the weekend. She finishes school. Then before I pick Joe up at 5, around 4:30, my son and I go down to the other side of London and pick her up. She lives with her mom about 25 minutes away from here. So I pick her up Friday nights, and then she stays the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. WTF Mike Albright Mike saying, yeah, lots more snow and 3 days off than 3 more days of snow. Yikes. Do you always get this kind of snow, Mike? Years ago, we used to get hit all the time. The last 10 or 15 years, we'll go one winter where it's, I think a year or two ago, we had just every weekend it just plowed down. I felt we get dropped 2-3 feet of snow every weekend. It felt like it just, you could never dig yourself out. But the last few winters, the last 15 years have been really quiet here. We haven't had the heavy winters that we usually do get here at all. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I guess in one way it's good, but in another way that whatever El Nino or whatever the what do you call it, the change in the weather, what I can't think of it. Climate change and stuff's really messed things up for a lot of things, I think. Oh, you looked at people's views. Okay, Joe, understand. No, understand. I mean, let's put it this way, Joe. It's Friday, right? It is Friday. Willie Parker says, the only thing I need is Canadian bacon and maple syrup. Do you like Canadian bacon? I'm Canadian, Willie, and I don't like Canadian bacon. I like just bacon. It's funny here, they don't call it Canadian bacon. They just call it bacon. But there's Canadian, I think a lot of people call it Canadian bacon. It's like back bacon. It's that heavy stuff, and it's not for me. We don't usually. Let's put it this way: you can't go to the store and buy that stuff. Like, I guess you could, but you'd really have to look for it. But it's just like everything. Sometimes they might say this country's got, but it's not a big thing here. But just like anything, Jojo says, and saw that the other people's streams they were on the same time. That's all. Oh, okay, Joe. No worries. Mike says January and February are snow months. Yeah, usually here too, Mike, and usually it's the coldest time of the year. Usually January starts about the middle, third week of January, it starts getting cold. But I always said to Joe, February, from the beginning of February to the end, usually our coldest time of the year are those 3.5, 4 weeks in February. That's usually when we're going to get our minus 40s and stuff like that, minus 30, minus 40 weather. But, we're, what is it, 7th or 8th? What's it, 7th or 8th today? 8th. Yeah, like over a week now into February, and really we've only had like last week or so a couple of really cold days like everybody was having everywhere, but not so much in that. But oh gosh, what was I gonna say? Anybody have anything going on tonight, like online or anything like that? Anything on their shows? Mike, there's a good question. Anybody have anything special going? You don't have to tell me or anything, but any big things, any big lives going on here tonight? I don't know. Do you go live tonight, Mike? Or I don't know if Gail Skills or usually Recycle Dude goes live Friday nights. Joe and I were saying Recycle Dude, gosh, he's back on his game. His kamikaze karaoke. This last little bit's been fantastic. We're loving it. Joe and I always, when we first started watching all the lives, we started watching Recycle Dude, and he's real. We always watch we'd sit for hours, and watch his kamikaze karaoke. But over time, you get doing things, and you don't always get to watch everybody's lives anymore. But just the last little bit, we started watching again, and he's bang on. I love it. What is it? Mike says it's minus 22. Feels like minus 44 here. Yikes, Mike. Yeah, we're actually probably pretty warm here. It's like minus 7 here, I think. So it's not so bad. But yikes, you really is that usually what kind of weather you get about that time of year? Joe says, yeah, Mike, that's cold. It is cold. Oh my gosh! Greetings, everybody. Bob, how you doing? Gil Skills, it's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Recycle Dude's supposed to be live tonight. Good. Yeah, Joe and I were just saying, kamikaze karaoke, love it. Howdy, Mike. Gil Skills, good to see you, buddy. So, Bob, I've been messing around, for a while. I've been trying this OBS, and this is what I've done. And I can't I couldn't get, Streamlabs, Stream Elements to work. Couldn't get it to work. So then Green Bay Wacky did an 18-minute tutorial this morning on it, and I caught it. Just, hey, Judy Ann, how are you? I caught it, and I'm like, I fiddled around with it. I spent about 3.5 hours this morning working on it. I want to show you something. I messed around with the stream, and I just want to see. Oh, you may be joining. Oh, awesome, Bob, awesome. So I want to show you. I know you might not be able to stay, but I want you to see something. So I'm going to be, I'll play something here. You'll be able to hear it. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, Judy Ann. I know, Mike, you've seen this already, but Gil Skills and Judy Ann just came in. Bob and Judy Ann, I just want you to see this, okay? I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be here. I just want you to see the different things that. So let me see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just trying to see how I do this here. Anyways, there it is. I've been messing around, and I could not figure out how to do everything. Before the computer, everything locked up. But after watching Green Bay Wacky today, I figured what the whole problem was. I'd made one scene for Streamlabs, or Elements, or whatever. And when I did that, I put all the transitioning, the 4 scenes that are there, into that one scene. And everything locked up. And that's what the whole problem is. Once I made individual scenes, and put the video capture in, like he said, then it was capable to work, because otherwise it bogs down. You have to have individual scenes. Once I figured that out, well, I didn't figure it out. Once I watched, that was it. But Bob, I couldn't do it for the life of me. I never in a million years without that. I'd watched Fireman CV, and then when I did watch Green Bay Wacky today, I finally found what I was missing. Putting the video capture, and I'd put the video capture in for everything, and I had too many things going. So the system went boom, like that. But once you did it individually, it's just seamless. It's like boom, 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 boom. It doesn't even... The only thing about this is, you know how they have the animated scenes where everything moves in the background? You can do the animated or the static. I use the static because static doesn't have anything moving. Perfect. But the animated, if you use animated, it takes a system and goes like that. So I still can't use that. I can't use that at all. But at least I try to figure things out. But I guess you can change the background too, so I'll try to work on that. But that's what I was able to do so far. Yes, it's Friday. Yes, Joe, I know you're excited that it's Friday. Well, Bob, it takes this took forever, and you know what? I ended up putting the Be Right Back. Somebody says, I want to see Bora Bora in London. So literally, I had to get that up, and I like, give me a second. I hit the Be Right Back, and I put the music on, and then I ran and put the scene up. But we'll figure that out. I think now, and then one thing, if you want to find about the green screen, I haven't figured that out yet, but Green Bay Wacky, in that tutorial that he did this morning, it's between Fireman CV and him, between those, if you want to figure out how to do all the stuff, Fireman CV, and then if you want to figure the green screen and transitioning, Green Bay Wacky, and those two right together, well, I'm sure we'll figure it all out completely. Yes, Bob, it's not 100%. I'm just trying, that's all. Just since I don't know enough about it, watching people's stuff helps. Just ate on Peachy, Jeff. Thanks for asking. Good. Is it Judy Ann, or if it's both of you, Judy Ann and Lewis? It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Mickey, how are you, Mickey? It's good to see you. Nice to see you, Mickey. Mickey, I have music and everything now. I can add things, and I can go from different scenes. You missed it a couple minutes ago. I was going from scene to scene. I can go from a main screen to a start scene, Be Right Back scene, an end scene, and in between I can play music in between all that. Yes, Bob, it was a great tutorial. I mean, I watched how to do some of the other stuff before, but once the optioning on transitioning, like he showed, that the video capture where I messed up. What I did is I set a video capture up in each scene, and I'd been I was trying to figure it out, and it wouldn't work. But once I made each scene separate and then added everything, it works like a charm. Because I'd made one scene and added everything into that one scene, it took the computer and just bogged it down. Mickey says, I want to run out of work to Judy, and that's awesome. Near Trigger, hey, Nero, how are you? Oh, Mickey, yeah, no, I'm just trying a couple things, that's all. That's all. Gosh, it's, let's see. So how's everybody else's day doing? Pretty good. It's been a super quiet day today. It's for Friday. It's been super quiet, but that's okay. It's Friday afternoon, right? Everybody's getting ready for the weekend, and it is. Joe was saying there's a lot of lives that are quieter today. I was wondering if anybody else noticed that today. I don't know. It could just be this one. I don't know. But Joe was saying that when she checked, a few of the other lives were quieter today too. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm going to do this. Be right back. Okay, I'll be back in about 30 seconds. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see if I can get this working here. See, hopefully that works. Okay, good. There we are. Hopefully the sound's still working. Gilskills, I really like the chat in your OBS. I may do that too. Peeps watching on their TVs don't see that unless you put an OBS. Yes, Bob, it is. It's different. It's different. I'll tell you. You know what? I saw it, and there's an option when you first put the chat on. It sets it up like with a white screen in the back, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to get it to go black like that. But that's a long story. But yeah, that it pops out when you switch all the different colors and stuff like that. Paul, how you doing? PMDB Entertainment. It's good to see you. Commercial, Mickey. I'm sorry. I'm just testing it because I'm like I said. I'm not trying to test stream it. I just want to make sure it works. That's all. That's what it is. But I had some I had to do for about 30 seconds, so I thought, you know what, good idea to put it on instead of just leave it. Anyways, that's what I'm trying. Oh, okay, that's right, Joe. That's right. You don't get it, and you know what? It's funny when Bob's right. Joe's saying yes, Bob. That's very true. You don't get the chat on TV, so it is a nice option. It is. You're right. You don't see it, and sometimes on the big screen we'll watch. If you want to watch it live, we can turn it on the TV and it looks fantastic. The clarity is a lot better too than the computer. But you're right, you can't see it you don't see it, the pop-out chat or whatever. But if you imprint it on the OBS like this, you're going to see it on your TV. So it is kind of cool. It really is. That's right. Never thought of that. That is cool. Let's see here. Dromar family, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Razalrama, hey Razal, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for coming. I really appreciate it, everybody, for coming. It's you know, it's Friday, so I know people are busy in that. So thanks again. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. The air fryer, yes. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Mickey, no worries. I gotta get back to work. Boss is back. Oops, see you later. Bye everybody. Take care, Mickey. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Yes. There we are. So how's everybody else's day doing? Pretty good. Anybody have anything exciting going on today? Anything exciting today? And Razalram is saying hello to everybody. It's good to have you here. Thank you again, everybody, for coming today. I appreciate it. I know it's Friday, and it's a quieter Friday, so I really appreciate you for dropping in. I really do. It's let's see. I guess Dromar family. Hello to anybody else who missed. It's good to see you here. You know, I always forget Dromar family. Always forget over down in California, or off in California as just 8 as well. I always forget it's 3-hour time difference. I completely forget. So it's only, what, about just after lunch there. Yes, Bob, exactly, pizza. Pizza! Oh, gosh, I don't want my flabby arms sticking out, Bob. Yes, pizza. My gosh, yes, pizza, pizza, pizza. The pizza box, man. I'm, yeah. Oh, gosh. So how's everybody else today doing? How's everybody doing? Anybody have anything exciting going on the rest, for the coming weekend at all? I don't know what's going on around here. Joe called earlier and she said, guess what? We won, didn't win, but she got an email from the mobile provider we have, Virgin Mobile. And she said, they're giving us 2 movie tickets. I said, oh wow, isn't that fun? Dromar family, no worries, Jeff. Yeah, sometimes, Dromar family, you know, sometimes you get up here. Earlier we had, like, I think 1 or 2 people on here for a while. For the first 10 minutes, I had Joseph Erickson on because I went on at 10 to 2 because I wanted to do the start screen. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure... Before you go live, it just sets the timer. But it's like, how do you change the timer? I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. But once you start, it sets the timer, it goes off. But pizza gives you a belly. Yes, Russell, it does. But sometimes it's good. Sometimes it is good. But so does beer, Russell. But on a Friday, Saturday night... I don't drink it during the rest of the week, but on a Friday, Saturday evening, I do usually partake in a few drinks on a Friday and Saturday evening. But, hey Bob, quick question. What's the weather like down your way? Are you in any storms at all? Mike Albright, Mike was saying earlier they've got, I think it's like minus 44 there with the wind chill and stuff. But it's minus 7 here and we don't have hardly any snow. It seems like it's all melted. Just State says, an air fryer still on hold, Willie. Maybe he'll surprise me with one for Valentine's Day. Yes, that's right. When is Valentine's Day? Is that next? It's next week, isn't it? Julianne, when is? Yikes! So we're 6 days to Valentine's Day. So next Thursday. Thanks for saying that. I don't think Joe's here, so I'll have to. If Joe's not in here, anybody have any ideas what I should get Joe for Valentine's Day? Isn't that great? Ask on a live chat, what should I get my wife for Valentine's Day? What should I get? There's what I need. Hashtag what should I get my wife for Valentine's Day? That's a good one. That's exactly. I'm going to use that in a couple days. Hashtag what to get the wife for Valentine's Day. Bob Skill says it's 39 here and raining. It was gray out this morning, Bob, and just cold. It was like minus 7, minus 8. And, you know, we've had freezing rain the last couple days, but not so bad. Just kind of overcast, but I think we've got a little bit of sun in the last 5 minutes, but oh gosh, poor Judy. Oh gosh. PMDB Entertainment, nothing, laugh out loud. Dromar family, what? You're just saying to Judy, I'm going great, just reminding people that the challenge is due Monday and we can't wait to see them. Oh, Willie, you had pizza for lunch. Oh, that'd be good. I had Mr. Noodle. I don't know if you know what Mr. Noodle is. It's deep, what is it called? Dried up noodles that you stick in boiling water and then add some kind of seasoning. Well, Goofy me, I thought, oh yeah, Mr. Noodle, it'd be quick. I made it and I poured the boiling water on. The only problem is I didn't realize I put boiling water and I put it pretty much right to the top. When I lifted it, I poured all the boiling water all over my hands. But you would have heard some screaming at that point. Yes, Rosal says, take her to the restaurant. That's actually a good idea. That is a good idea. I did that a few years ago, but Goofy me did not make reservations, Rosal. And I'll tell you, taking your wife or girlfriend or husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, to a restaurant on Valentine's Day is one of the craziest days to do. Unless you have reservations, don't even think about it. We went, I think we waited an hour and a half or 2 hours to get in. That was the goofiest thing I've ever done in my life, and they stuck us off in the corner. I think my wife was ready to, me at that point, but I never did it again. Usually we stay home and get things in and stuff, but yeah, we don't usually go out to the restaurant on Valentine's Day. First of all, it's ridiculous. Yeah, you have to. It's like Mother's Day. You have to book so far in advance, and if you don't, it's a write-off. Let's see. Dromar family says we'll be premiering our Valentine's video right on Thursday when we go live, the 14th. We can't wait. Oh, that's awesome, Dromar family. That is amazing. That's amazing. What was I gonna say? Let's see here. Gosh, it's been super quiet here today. It really has. What was I going to say? Anybody have anything else going on today? I don't have a ton of things today. I'm quieter than usual. I try my best, but some days you get on here, and I'm sure Bob can attest to it. We're always goofing around with each other, screaming out pizza and stuff. But I'm having that day. I'm having the pizza day, Bob. I'm having pizza. But yeah, I'm having that day. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So, I didn't Skype with my brother, but I did a chat with my brother online last night. Anyways, needless to say, Google Hangouts is okay, but it's a little tinty, right? So he was telling me about, I didn't know there's this other, so if you have a Android phone or whatever, it comes installed. You know how if you have an Apple product, you can use FaceTime. I guess Android's or Google's version of it is called Google Duo. It's just like FaceTime except Google Duo. Now that Google Duo is one of the best things I've ever come across. We used it last night. I'd never even heard of it. It's an app installed on the phone already, but I'd never heard of it. He says try that, and we did, and within a second or two it was live. I thought Google Duo or Zoom. Oh, Google. The two programs we tried last night, Google Duo and Zoom. Now, if Zoom was more than 40 or 45 minutes. I think the free version you can go live for about just under an hour or something. Zoom and Google Duo. Zoom is fantastic. I think if I wanted to go live, Zoom would be it, because Zoom is crystal clear. Zoom is the best thing I've ever come across. He uses it for work, Zoom, and but I think Zoom's a little pricey. But if you're able to get Zoom, if you could go live through Zoom, that's the epitome of the best program I've ever come across. Is Zoom. Because sometimes we just run out of things to say. Exactly, Bob. And you know what? I try my best, and some days you can get on here and you can talk, and it's like, okay, yeah, I got a lot to say. And then other days it's like, whoops, and I had that for a bit today, Bob. I kind of had that for a bit. Where's your cute dog, Dromar family? She's on the couch, but if I bug her, what she'll do is start into the barking, and then that'll start a chain reaction with her. But next time, if she's a little more active, I'll get her to sit up on the chair. Dromar family, if that sounds good. The only thing is she's nice and quiet, so I'm going to keep her that way because she starts into the bark, and I'm sure anybody that's heard her, when she starts barking, she doesn't stop. Judy Ann says, I'm doing extremely well. Just living life one day after the next. Exactly. I said to my wife, it's been so gray here. I said, oh, I can't wait for the winter blues to end. Can't wait for the winter blues to end. Yep. So, Bob, Gilskills, you were saying, are you going live tonight or with Recycle Dude? You're saying something to Mike Albright earlier. I mean, you don't have to tell me if you are or not, but we'll have to take a look. I think Gilskills is... the other day, Joe talked to Moose Scrapper. Is Moose Scrapper going live today for a tiny bit? I think he said that he was going live, but he wasn't, not for a long time, just for a short time, but he was going to go live for a tiny bit. Let's see here. I won't stay on live much longer, everybody. I'll stay on probably about 2-3 more minutes, then I'll close this up. Here we are. Dromar family. Yeah, like the day she scared me and I jumped off, that was hilarious. Yes, Dromar family. I think it was you, Dromar family, and Frank from Artmore, but I think he had his earbuds in. And that day, I think we've seen Frank since, but I think we scared the life out of him. It was I was right next to the mic, and then when the dog barked, I think it went. I think his ears just about blew up at that point. Gilskills Bob says, I may be joining Recycle Dude later. Oh, okay, sounds good, Bob. Sounds good. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Oh, gosh, yes, Bob. I've been hollering out pizza all day today. Had that day completely. Literally, I turned this on, and since you can put the starting soon thing, the timer goes on. I let it go for 10 minutes and I played music and I was running around the house. The only thing is I didn't realize you had to put the mic on mute, otherwise they can hear everything you're doing in the background. So I was like rustling around in the background with a few things, and I was putting papers away and doing all this stuff. And I think Joe or Desmond's daughters were on earlier, and they said, Jeff, all we could hear was you rustling around the kitchen doing stuff. I said, oh no. But I guess it's a learning curve. Willie Parker says, I'm going to watch Walker Fam live stream tonight. They're from Iowa. Oh, yeah, we know Walker Fam. I didn't know they were live streaming tonight. That's awesome. Judy Ann says, just say, hey, Jeff, you can try cooking a romantic dinner at home for Joe, or even making a Valentine's Day a family event. Yes, that's what we usually do, Judy Ann. I love to say, we do it for each other, but we usually, the latter part, usually for the family and that, with the kids and that, Judy Ann. I mean, once you have the family, it's more about, it's not that you don't want to do stuff, but I find Joe and I usually get out sometimes maybe twice a year. I know that sounds horrible, but we don't get out like we used to. Usually we're in the house or running the kids around on the weekends and stuff at night. But it's totally different. Yeah, the last 15 years, and that great 15 years, but the last so many years, with your kids and that, it becomes about them 100%. Oh, Gilskills, I don't see any notifications from Moose on Twitter or YouTube about him going live. Gilskills, he may not be. I don't know. Now, Joe, one of his videos, a video or two ago, Joe had asked him, and he says, I think probably Friday night, but just for a short period, but he wasn't sure. So it doesn't mean that he's going live or anything, but Joe was thinking that he might. But, I mean, who knows? Bangladeshi Canadian Mom, hi, how are you? It's nice to see you. Gilskills Bob says, my next live will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Okay, that's good. Yes, Willie Parker, bye, Willie, take care. Yeah, I should get going. It's 3:20, so I should probably drop out, everybody. There we are. Anyways, I've been on here for about an hour and a half, and I stretched out a little bit long today, and usually, you can go a little longer if you've got a lot more to say, but sometimes, those days are few and far between that you have days like this, but I've had my day today, so I better get going, everybody, and I gotta pick our son up. But I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. I know you have, I don't want to say better things, but I know you have things to do yourself, so I appreciate you dropping in today was not a day that I did get around to watching really any videos this morning. Usually I try every morning after picking up my wife to watch videos and comment, but I didn't this morning. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really at all, because I was messing around with this for about 3 hours trying to figure it out. And like I said, it took me a little bit. Some people may pick it up quicker. It just took me a little bit. But anyways, it is what it is. But everybody, you have yourself a good rest of the day and good evening. I really appreciate you for coming. You made my day, my little gray part of my day livened up when you came in. So thanks again. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day and a good weekend. I really do. But thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. But I better get going because I got to pick Ethan up in about 10-15 minutes. Thanks, everybody. You know what, I'll do this. How's this sound? I'll put the end screen on and play music for about a minute and then close it up. And Joe says, thank you for coming, everybody, today. Have a good day. Great weekend, everybody. Take care. Thanks again, everybody. I'll just put the end screen on now and play some music while you know what I'm trying to say. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.